All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the February edition of Suite 301. New and improved, I must say. We have a new dynamic this month coming at you guys, but I'm Joe Schaefer alongside Zach Ramirez.
We're here to provide you guys details and updates, latest news from all of our club sports leagues. We're going to talk about the NCBBA today. We're going to talk about the NCFA today. We're going to talk about the NCBA, all three divisions. We're going to talk about the NCSA today. We got a lot on the schedule today, so very excited to bring you this edition. We're coming to you live from Pittsburgh, PA, at our headquarters. Be sure to tune in to Facebook for this episode, as well as visiting the Twitter page and the YouTube page to catch up on all the latest details for our leagues. So Zach, we got a jam-packed episode this month. Flannel February is the theme, of course. Definitely. For the viewers. We provide not only information, but we hopefully provide good looks as well. So
we can hope.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. Yeah. We're excited to be here. So let's kick it off with basketball. We're right in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Everything's building right now. We're approaching the end of the season, actually.
Yeah, getting there. Very close.
We'll have a special guest, Phil Lair from SIUE. He's going to be calling in today to join us on the show. Very excited to have him on board. But we got a lot to talk about basketball.
A lot of good stuff.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about the polls. Most recent poll that came out was last week, I believe.
Correct. Week 16. Yeah. So Harvard Classics staying as the top dog. That's been a trend for the past few weeks here. They're looking good off of their national championship appearance last year. So that's fun to see.
They got 10 first place votes. So. A lot of the majority of the voting panel believes that they are the number one team in the league right now.
Definitely.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And then looking at Arizona State, a West Coast team out at number 2, been playing some good ball. They were a national championship contender last year as well. Fun team, always good leadership. So they're in contention, looking good again. Then going through, Pittsburgh, Ohio State, some Great Lakes representatives right there. That's always fun. Looking at East Carolina coming in at number 5, 8-1 right now. Towson coming in at number 6, 15-0. Pretty impressive start for Towson.
Wow.
They actually have a big matchup coming up. They'll host Delaware this week. Battle of the Undefeateds. Delaware at 6-0, and Towson, so up there at number 6. St. John's coming in at number 7. That's a North Atlantic representative right there. Yale coming in at number 8, Boston College at number 9, Georgetown at number 10 at 11-1.
That's a pretty solid top 10. It's good to see Pitt up there, one of the more consistent teams in the league. Ohio State's a familiar face. Yale still sticking around. We talked a lot about them in the January episode and I believe in the December episode as well. So it's good to see them up there. And then Georgetown. Talk about the surprise of the season. In my personal opinion, I'm lucky enough to work as their conference and regional coordinator, and Georgetown's been nothing but fantastic this year. So it's good to see them crack the top 10 for the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's keep going down the list here. So number 11, we got SIUE. We're going to have Phil online here shortly. Very impressive. Right now they're 10-1?
11-1.
11-1.
So
jeez.
They have an impressive campaign going. So we'll see. We'll hear more from Phil about that going. Here in a little bit. So.
Yeah, they're becoming one of our perennial powers at 11-1 now. Last year they were undefeated in conference play.
Yeah.
21-3 overall. I mean, that's pretty solid. So let's move down the list. We got Syracuse at 12. Syracuse, a very familiar face. I believe that they were ranked number 1 at one point last year.
Yeah.
So they're sticking around the top 20 as well. What about Bates at 13?
Yeah, so Bates coming in 10-2. They're actually interesting situation over there in the New England North. They are actually 3rd in their division right now. Their specific conference, sorry. And they have UMass Lowell, who's actually in at number 14, is number 1.
Wow.
And Harvard Classics at number 1 overall in the standings are at number 2. So it's a very tight race for number 1 over there. But it should be interesting to see how that plays out. So.
Yeah, that's chaos. Well, that's great. Like you said, you got UMass Lowell tied at 14th with Princeton. 2 solid teams as well. Princeton, very familiar face in this top 20.
Yep, definitely.
Taking a little bit of a plummet, though. I mean, usually they're a top 10 team, but I'm sure they'll bounce back strong with a couple games here at the end of the season. Delaware at 16. Just talked about them. Yeah, that's a very interesting breakdown of that conference. You know, you got 3 top 20 teams, and they're not even, you know, in order in their own conference. So that's very interesting to see, and very exciting too. It should make for a couple great last few weeks of basketball in that conference. 17, Coastal Carolina, perennial.
Yeah.
No surprise there. What about Michigan at 18, man? It's not like the normal Michigan basketball team that we're used to.
Yeah, no, sitting at 6-3 right now. I think it's a product of just a tough conference, really.
Yes,
I mean,
agreed.
they have some good, obviously some good players, and from what I've heard. So you know, it's just a tough conference to be in. The Great Lakes West is it's tough. You see Ohio State up there.
Absolutely. And then to round out the top 20, you got Penn at 19 and Purdue at 20. So there it is. That was your Week 16 top 20 ballot. Very impressive to say the least. A lot of new faces, a lot of familiar faces. It's been a pretty exciting year thus far. What teams specifically impressed you lately?
Well, I got to give some love to the South Atlantic South. We have Florida State and Nova Southeastern, both sitting at 2 losses right now. They have a very important upcoming matchup this weekend, actually, where they're both basically in very good spots to win their conference title. So we'll see how this all plays out.
Yeah, so that's your matchup of the week this week.
Love it.
Is there any others? I thought there was another big series. Maybe was it out west? Was it Grand Canyon? No, it was.
Yeah, I know ASU and Grand Canyon White played 2 weeks ago, and then ASU and Grand Canyon Purple actually played this last week.
That's right, this past week.
Yeah, and ASU took 2 games from both of those series.
Wow.
So, it should be interesting to see how that plays out in SoPac East.
Great. So those are the matchups to watch coming up.
Yeah.
Those have some serious implications to not only the top 20 but just to the season itself. So
Definitely.
that's all exciting stuff. Very, very thrilled for the next couple weeks. So let's move into regionals. Is there any new updates, anything in particular to talk about regional-wise?
Regional-wise, same thing actually with the national championship. The website is updated with the latest information. For the regionals, it has a specific layout for each region, how the playoff system works. The national tournament, it has all the information as far as details of host location, hotel, and all that stuff. So be sure to check those out. But something to note, definitely for the regional tournament, teams should be preparing to host and travel. So that way, when it comes around, you're not caught off guard and you're prepared for both. So just be aware of that for sure.
That's a huge point, Zach. It's time. It's that time of the year to really start focusing. Okay, there's a possibility not only are we traveling, but anything can happen the next couple of weeks. We got to get ready to host this thing as well, and that's prep work that needs to be done now.
Right.
I know email reminders have been sent out. I know, or at least conference coordinator should have, mentioned that. But it's time to really start focusing on planning both hosting and traveling for those regionals. So
Definitely.
Very good point. What about for the national championship? Have we determined skills competitions yet?
Yeah. So we actually have our 3-point contest, our skills challenge, our obstacle course, which is fun, and we're actually adding something new along with the dunk contest that we have. But this year we have an event called Shooters Chaos. So it's kind of a different one. Contestants will have 45 seconds to basically accumulate as many points as possible. The court will be split up into regions, where certain regions will be worth more points than others.
Right.
And it's a new event, and we're excited to try it out, see how it goes.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they do in the NBA circuit, don't they? Isn't there a contest where if you shoot from the key, it's like 2 points, but if you shoot from 40 feet out, it's like 4 points?
Yeah, there's something in like
spots.
It's something with the I think it might be the celebrity game or something where they have like a 4-point spot.
Right.
Yeah. So some kind of like a similar concept with
That's
that.
great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Great addition, by the way. I mean, that'll probably be one of the more exciting ones. But all of them were very exciting. We had great performances. The dunk contest was great. The 3-point contest, I believe Jeb won from Princeton last year.
Okay, yeah.
Just lights out. I mean, he was done with the circuit in 10 seconds. So that was exciting. Those are fun, and they're fan favorites, and I know the athletes that are there love those, participating in those. So that's great stuff. So we have that to look forward to with the national championship as well. any other general housekeeping things that need to be addressed?
We touched on it earlier. Nothing crazy, but we have the All-American nomination forms that were just sent out actually on Monday, so yesterday. Those should be going out right now. Make sure to upload stats. Only players that have stats uploaded, teams that have the stats uploaded for their players, I should say, will have the players on the form considered for the awards. So be sure to do that.
It's just maintaining this and staying on top of it. So makes the entire league better when each team is operating that efficiently. So, all right, let's dive into the big announcement. NCBBAW.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's dive into it. So what's the latest? First off, what is the NCBBAW?
So the NCBBAW is our women's league that we are actually starting up this upcoming 1920 season. So yeah, it's up and running. We have a Facebook page. We got it going on now. The website, I believe, is up. So
it's official.
Exciting
It's launched.
stuff. Yeah,
it's ready to go.
It's good to go.
It's official. That's big news. We've wanted to form a women's basketball league for a pretty long time now. It took a lot of research. We weren't 100% sure at first if it could be done, but then we decided it was a great opportunity and we couldn't wait any longer, and we are beyond excited.
Oh yeah,
especially the NCBBA is beyond excited. Anytime we can branch out, it's similar to how the softball league and the baseball league coexist, and that's the relationship we want to build in basketball. And right. I think that's to get it started now, perfect timing to do it. I think that we'll see tremendous growth in the next couple of years, tremendous growth of interest in general of club basketball. I think you're just going to see a tremendous spike. So
yeah,
that's very exciting stuff. Have we signed any teams yet?
Yeah, so looking at it, 3 teams have now signed on for this upcoming season. We have Niagara, Sacred Heart, and Goodwin College coming in. So yeah, very exciting stuff. I know personally received interest from women's club basketball teams this year. Asking if we have a women's league and whatnot, and we have it now. So
right. Yeah, it's the perfect time to do it.
Exactly.
And very excited to have it, and I think, like I said, I think that it's going to exceed beyond expectations. So something we're very excited about. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys go visit the website. It's up and running, like Zach said. Definitely something to visit and to spread the word. If you you're at your school and you want to get the word out about the women's league forming, it would be great. I think it's beneficial for teams to have both a men's and women's basketball team competing in the leagues. So yeah, I would definitely start spreading the word about that, and that's great stuff. So that's good on that end. Let's cut to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have Phil online, and we'll break down a little bit about SIUE season currently. So let's cut to a commercial break. We'll be back shortly.
Fundraiser is the official fundraising platform of Cole Club Sports. Teams have the opportunity to create a free online campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their fundraising goals. Please be sure to contact Cole Club Sports for more information on this amazing platform for all of your team's fundraising needs. Fundraiser is the official fundraising platform of Cole Club Sports. Teams have the opportunity to create a free online campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their fundraising goals. Please be sure to contact Cole Club Sports for more information on this amazing platform for all of your team's fundraising needs. Fundraiser is the official fundraising platform of Cole Club Sports. Teams have the opportunity to create a free online campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their fundraising goals. Please be sure to contact Cole Club Sports for more information on this amazing platform for all of your team's fundraising needs. Fundraiser is the official fundraising platform of Cole Club Sports. Teams have the opportunity to create a free online campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their fundraising goals. Please be sure to contact Cole Club Sports for more.
Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Cole Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Cole Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to
The game is the official headwear sponsor of Cole Club Sports. They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com and check out their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field boonies, beanies, and visors. Contact Felicia Battaglia at coleclubsports.com for all of your headwear needs. The game is the official headwear sponsor of Cole.
Hello, Phil.
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on? You're going to be on air here very shortly. We're about to cut from commercial break.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody. We got Phil Larry from SIUE on the phone. Phil, thanks for joining us. We're sure you're extremely busy on your end, and we appreciate your time. Talk a little bit about NCBBA and the SIUE club basketball team.
Sure, well, thank you guys for having me. I hope you guys are doing well.
Absolutely, you as well. So let's dive into it a little bit. This season's been, once again, another great year for you guys thus far. Right now, currently sitting at 11-1. 2017, you guys went undefeated in conference play. You finished off 21-3. As the coach of the team, how are you guys operating thus far? How are things going?
Well, it was a little bit unknown this year, kind of, even with last year with the first year in the league. We kind of didn't know what to expect at first. We only had 2 returners coming back 2 years ago. Pretty much everyone else was new on the team, so we were kind of all shaking together, trying to figure out how to play together. So it looked a little bit like it was kind of rough with going undefeated in conference play and having such a great year with so many new guys. But we kind of throughout the year figured out how to play together, and we did really well. And then this year, kind of going into the year, we felt last year we fell a little bit short of our overall goal. Last year we wanted kind of to compete, wanted to win our conference. We kind of took care of that, and then it fell short in regionals, moving on to a pretty good Purdue team. So this year we're, kind of looking at the same as last year, just going game by game, trying to win every game, and then looking at obviously winning our conference again, and qualifying for regionals, and then looking at the big picture and hopefully making it to a national tournament. I think that's our overall goal again. But this year, we lost probably our best player from last year, Justin Deeker. He was our machine on both ends, our workhorse. We only played him half the game, and he almost had 30 points every game and 15 plus rebounds. So that was kind of tough losing him halfway through the year because he graduated in December. We lost Dylan Howard, who was probably our Swiss Army knife, what I called him last year. He did a little bit of everything. So we needed everyone else from the team to kind of step up. And so far, it's been working out great, from people who were just, quote-unquote role players last year, just picking up the slack this year and taking over scoring on the offense. And we have a couple guys who are looking pretty good on defense so far. So I think that's helped us out a lot.
Yeah, that's usually the diagram of a very successful team, and that's certainly what you guys have been. I mean, like you mentioned, you guys came in first timers last year. I mean, you're off within 2 years. You're up to a 32-4 overall record. I mean, that's just simply unheard of. So you guys have been fantastic thus far. You mentioned some of the guys that you lost. What about some of those guys that have stepped up? Anyone in particular that has surprised you?
Yeah, I mean, Justin Deeker, we lost him. He was a first-team All-American last year. Kevin Cox on our team was a first-team All-American last year, too, and he was unable to play last semester. Just he had to take care of some academics, and that always goes first. So,
Right.
So we had a couple of Mike Dobbs on our team. Was I think he was a second-team All-Region selection last year, and he stepped up kind of filling those big shoes that Justin left on the offensive end. He was kind of taking on a big load for getting some buckets down low for us. Nick Marlowe is a returning point guard, and I think he's done a tremendous job from just running our offense every game. He's just out there controlling the pace on offense. Ryan Obermeyer, I think, so far is probably the biggest improvement from last year to this year. He's just tremendous on both ends of the floor. He's sneaky athletic, which is kind of awesome because most people don't think what he can do on the basketball court, and he doesn't look like he can do certain things that he can do, so that's helped us out a lot. He's scoring for us if we need him to score, or he's locking down the other team's best defender if we need him to. A couple other guys. We have two Lukes on the team, Luke Thompson and Luke Wilson, and they both stepped up from last year. We had one of our new guys, Nick Rio, picking up some scoring from coming off the bench, so that's been probably our main guys. This year it's more, we're just scoring more as a team. We don't have that one guy who's going to score 30 every game. We just have guys who pick up. We're going to score 15 to 20 or 10 to 15. So throughout the team, we're spread out a little bit more evenly scoring-wise compared to last year where we relied heavily on Justin from just getting us buckets.
Right. So would you credit that to a team cohesion thing? Do you think that the team is closer this year, knowing that they don't have a horse that's going to lead them to victory? Do you think it's more of a cohesion team aspect this year?
Oh, absolutely. I think just having that first year from last year under our belts and learning how to play together, and they just all becoming more used to playing with each other and getting to know each other like off the court. I think that helped us tremendously this year from just finding success again in conference play. Just they're all used to playing with each other now. We've been doing a pretty good job of integrating our new guys that we picked up this year, and they stepped right up. And then I think, definitely has helped us.
Yeah, no, Phil, just looking at your upcoming schedule as well, you guys, have the unique opportunity to play every team in your conference twice for one home series and one away series. Going, into this second round of games, what do you take away from the first time that you're, playing your conference opponents? How do you change anything up preparation-wise, or what does that look like for you?
Sure. I mean, overall, just with the new breakdown of our conference, I think our conference got a lot more competitive overall with all the new additions throughout, not just on our side of the south side of the conference, but also with creating the north side of the conference and then the eastern side, which used to be just Indiana teams. Now we're adding some of the Kentucky teams. I think definitely has made our conference overall more competitive. And now from us going into our home stretch, I think our last two series against Mizzou and Illinois are both at home. And Mizzou has kind of been that team over the last few years. I think I started coaching 3 years ago, and we always had battles with Mizzou, like the NERSA regional tournaments, so they've always had our number. And we had a really competitive series at Mizzou a few weeks ago. So it's definitely not going to be easy, like closing out the conference, and we're definitely looking forward to having some more competitive games against Mizzou and Illinois at home. So I don't want to call it a home court advantage because we're playing at home, but hopefully it helps us a little bit.
Right.
Because there's going to be some two pretty good teams that we are finishing the conference with.
Right, and that matchup coming up week 18, I believe. So something to look forward to.
yeah, we'll see see how that goes.
Hey, what's the Phil? What's your outlook moving forward? What's the expectation for this team? You think you guys can make it all the way and bring home a national title to SIUE?
I mean, I told my guys, I think the first day of the tryouts, I'm always been an uber competitive person, and I want them to be competitive. Obviously, we have a big picture goal, but as of right now, we're just going game by game, half by half. We just want to finish conference play. Obviously, we want to be on top of our conference so we can qualify for the regional, and then hopefully we got some unfinished business from last year where we can take care of some of our other goals. And then, big picture, it would be great to represent our small institution in your national tournament. I think that'd be kind of cool for us to go out there and compete with the big names out there.
Absolutely, Phil. That's great stuff. Well, that's all we got for you today. We appreciate your time. It was great insight to the SIUE club basketball team. Like I said, you guys have been nothing but impressive since you guys joined the league, and we're wishing nothing but the best for you and the rest of the team moving forward.
Well, thank you guys. I said pretty good conference here, so hopefully we get 2 teams in this year. So
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right, Phil. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
sounds good. You guys take care.
Yep, you as well. All right, that's Phil Laird from SIUE club basketball. He's the coach of that team. One thing that was important was that they were a new team last year.
Yeah.
Brand new, and they're off to just such a hot start. I don't know if we've ever seen anything like it before. Nothing but class from them. We usually have no issues with them. They're a great team to have in the league.
Definitely.
And that week 18 is that what you
Week
said for that
18,
game?
yeah. Mizzou at SIUE, big
Wow.
matchup coming up.
Yeah, Mizzou was getting some votes for the top 20, I believe.
Yeah, they actually took a game from SIUE in their previous matchup or earlier matchup this season. So
Right.
we'll see how that all plays out.
Well, that's great. That's all we got for basketball this month. Any final words? Any final reminders that we're forgetting?
Nothing that comes to mind. Just looking forward to this next month, 2 months of basketball.
March Madness is coming upon us very soon.
Very quickly.
exciting time of the year. So hopefully the March edition of Sweet 301 we can really dive into some playoff basketball.
Oh, yeah, going to be a good one.
All right, well, that's it for the NCBBA. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to dive into the football side of Call Club Sports, and we're going to talk NCFA football.
Information on this amazing platform for all of your team's fundraising needs. Fundraiser is the official fundraising platform.
I was trying to lean at you, do you want to ask him?
Teams
Yeah,
have the
that's right, okay.
opportunity to create a
We have to
free
do a better
online
job.
campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their fundraising
No, it's
goals. Please be sure to contact Cole Club Sports for more information on this amazing platform for all of your team's fundraising.
Are we all good? Are we all good with
Yeah, what
That
my-
camera probably needs
The
moved to
official
make all three of us
fundraising
put all
platform
three of
of
us
Cole
on.
Club Sports.
Am I?
No, don't move the
The
camera.
opportunity to create a free online campaign to begin accepting donations in hopes of reaching their
Am I
fundraising
still
goals.
looking at
Please be
that
sure to
camera,
contact
or is it
That
all
camera-
sorts?
never look
for
at this
information
camera.
Right.
on this amazing
Just
platform
those
for
two?
all of your
Okay,
team's
gotcha.
fundraising needs. Fundraiser is the
I
official
got the rules updates
fundraising
here,
platform
so-
I
of
got
Cole
them
Club
too.
Sports.
You want to talk about it?
Teams
Sure.
have the
I need some.
opportunity
Might as well
to
be-
create a free online campaign.
Need something.
Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your
They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com and check out their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field beanies, and visors. Contact Felicia Battaglia at coldclubsports.com for all of your headwear needs. The Game is the official headwear sponsor of Cole Club Sports. They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com and check out their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field beanies, and visors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sweet 301. We're going to dive into some NCFA football talk. We got the Godfather, Sandy Sanderson, on set. Sandy, thanks for joining us.
I can't believe month after month you invite me back to your young man's set.
Yeah, we really took this Sweet 301 by storm.
You did,
A youth storm, and it's Flannel February. Glad to see that you
I did
that
not.
you participated.
I did not get that notice.
Well,
Yours doesn't even have a flannel shirt. It's some sort of hunter's coat.
It is.
You're trying to look all swollen.
Yes, correct.
That's definitely.
I'm going for size. So.
Okay.
So here we go. We're going to talk football.
Well,
let's dive into the rules.
let's do it. Yeah. The big thing that that's happened since last Suite 301 is we had the NCFA rules meeting, which went really well. A lot of good discussion amongst all the teams that were there, and they created the ballot items they wanted to vote upon, and I've got the results right here in the secret sealed envelope.
Yeah, very exciting.
All right, here we go.
Stuff.
Some new rules that are going to be some new items, changes to the NCFA moving forward that were approved. The league meeting has been brick and mortar. We meet down in the basement of our office building here every year. We're the only league that still does that. The other ones have gone to this online meeting format, and moving forward, the NCFA as well will move to an online meeting format. I think we've done a good job of improving our ability to host an online meeting, and the idea that basically everybody can participate. They don't have to cost them no money to sit in their dorm room and turn on the internet and watch the meeting and type in the computer and participate. So 72% approved the idea of moving to an NCFA online meeting format. Another rule we put into that was approved, 61% approved it, was that teams that are on probation moving from one season to the next are now required to pay their league dues in advance. We'd had problems with teams signing up that were shaky teams, and then they fold, and then basically the league gets hung out to dry, financially with membership dues that don't get paid, or we have to pursue legal avenues to reclaim those funds. So now teams that are on probation must pay their dues in advance moving forward. Interesting rule passed. 70% approved this one. It's regarding All-American awards. One of the issues were that teams weren't posting their stats until basically the end of the season, right before All-American selections. Well, now if you don't have your stats posted by week 5, you effectively become ineligible, and all your players become ineligible for All-American award consideration. So that was an interesting one. Problem that existed that really wasn't high on our radar. Teams were passionate about it, proposed a solution, and got approved. Another item approved, 94% approved. The national championship game, we've been consistently hosting it as a 3 o'clock game. You and I had spoken at the national championship this year about, would it be beneficial to move this up a couple hours, a 1 o'clock start. Teams brought it up as well, and 94% approved. So we're going to move forward with a 1 o'clock start for the national championship as possible moving forward. So yeah, all in all, good. Nothing monumental here. It's not like we're playing 12 on 12 now or kicking off from the 40.
Right.
But some little inside moves and that the teams felt would better the league moving forward, and I think we got it put into place in a democratic fashion.
Absolutely. I personally agree with. I think the All-American one was very interesting. Once again, it wasn't something that league, the front office of the league was expecting to be brought up. But it's, like you said, the teams that were in attendance at the meeting were extremely passionate about that rule. And rightfully so. We're talking about All-American awards. We're talking about post-season honors, and it's a pretty big deal.
And some of it, I think, is from a scouting perspective, wanting to know during the season, hey, who on your team is a good player?
Yeah.
Who's getting the carries, who's making the catches, and this at least forces teams to get their stats in earlier or suffer a consequence, in the accolade department.
Yep. So those are the rule updates for the 2019 season. Are those officially in the new rule book?
The new rule book will come out in probably about a month.
Okay.
We haven't updated that yet. We've been, as you know, you've been working hard at work on scheduling, realignment, new team recruiting, and so forth. And congratulations, yesterday added a new team.
Yeah, we're extremely excited to have University of Colorado Springs on board for 2019. The NCFA. They're going to be, basically operating out of the West, or what the West is in comparison to the rest of the league. But they're extremely excited. They've been on board since about September this past year. They wanted in immediately. They have school support. They're excited. They want to compete for something. They want to be involved, and they want to compete for a national championship. So they were just officially announced today, I believe. They had some administrative work they had to clear They had to have a tryout. They had to get approved from the club sports department. Typical stuff. But they were officially approved. They were announced today. You can check the Facebook webpage. You can check the NCFA website. Be sure to reach out to them. Wish them congratulations. But they're 100% in. They're going to be operating at the Great Lakes West Conference this year.
And the Mountain Lions. Congratulations and welcome. We look forward to working with you and seeing you compete on the field. And leading into that is the scheduling. You've been hard at work at scheduling, and everything's been released but the Great Lakes West, correct?
Correct. So all the schedules are posted. We posted the Great Lakes East yesterday. That every other conference, North Atlantic's done, South Atlantic's done. Both the Mid Atlantic conferences are done. We were just giving Colorado Springs benefit of the doubt. They're in rush mode right now with getting all the paperwork submitted on their end as well as the league's end. Gave them benefit of the doubt. Said, okay, we'll give you an extra 24 hours to get your schedule request form done. It's for the better for the conference in regards to scheduling. I think that delaying it, releasing it by a day or two is beneficial if they're able to provide what days they can play, what days they can travel, what days do they want to play at home. I think it's beneficial for the entire conference to give them that extra 24-hour window. So I know a lot of the teams in the Great Lakes have reached out to myself and Trent Ballinger, the newly appointed Great Lakes Conference Coordinator, asking about schedules. They will be out. Like I said, the Great Lakes East is already out. You can check it out on the website. Great Lakes West should be out within the next day. So that's all good stuff. The schedules, with that being said, it's time to start scheduling non-conference games. I know a couple of the schedule request forms had non-conference games on there. Make sure you send them in, especially if they're competing with an NCFA team. I like to confirm with both teams to make sure everyone's on the same page. But that's just me. So
no, good practice there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so make sure, check your schedule. That was a little issue we've had in the past is teams not reporting their non-conference schedules. The best time to do it is right when you make that schedule. Whether it be an NCFA team, a JV team, once you get something on the books, let us know so we can get up on the website, and keep that schedule accurate and up to date so people know.
Absolutely. So diving into new teams, we already covered. Colorado Springs is our new team. Realignment. The only realignment that took place this year was the South Atlantic. Last year we had South Atlantic North, South Atlantic South. Fortunately, we had two teams that couldn't compete in the South Atlantic South. So this year we combined it again, once again. So that's a 5-team conference.
And UNC Greensboro moved up to the Mid-Atlantic
Correct.
East.
UNC Greensboro moved back to the Mid-Atlantic East. So that was it. That was all the realignment that took place. So that's all set in stone. Schedules, like I said, should be all across the board officially done by tomorrow. The rules are done. Sandy will be updating those in the rule book here in the next couple weeks. Think about anything else that can come to
I
mind.
think to make sure, as your semester comes to an end and you get new officer transitions and so forth, make sure you let us know who the new presidents are, new officers are, so we can keep all the our contacts up to date. Because there's nothing worse than sending out important emails that are going to someone who's checked out, so to speak, from running their club football team, and they fall on deaf ears. We want to make sure we've got the right people on the receiving end of our emails and communique.
Right. And I want to touch base about the NCFA registration form. I know I've been hounding every team in the league for the past 6 weeks about getting it. All it is just a contact sheet. We need to know, even if you haven't elected new team presidents or team representatives yet, just give us one contact that you know is going to be on the team. Someone that we can send the emails to, someone we can contact in case of an emergency in the next couple months leading up to the season. That's just, I'm talking 30 seconds worth of work to fill that out and get done.
Then we won't bother you for a few
No,
months.
won't bother you. Yeah, you won't see anyone. You won't see any of us emailing you for a couple months. So that's about it on the football side. I don't know if you had anything else. Zach, do you have anything else for football?
I don't.
Nothing.
No Phenom Elite plug?
Oh. Good call. Yeah.
Thought you said you were
Geez, yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, man. Phenom Elite, yeah, definitely. Now's a great time to start looking towards getting new apparel for next season. We got gloves and uniforms. Check out member discount. We have catalogs and all that good stuff. You can contact me, Zach.Ramirez at coldclubsports.com for more information, and I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
All right. Well, think that my time is over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling older now.
I know.
For a couple minutes, so. But Sandy, thanks for joining us, talking a little bit of football.
Absolutely.
When we come back from commercial break, we're going to have Garrett Semek on set, and we're going to talk NCBA baseball.
All right. See ya.
Contact Felicia Battaglia at ColdClubSports.com for all of your headwear needs. The Game is the official headwear sponsor of Cold Club Sports. They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com and check out their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field boonies, beanies, and visors. Contact Felicia Battaglia at ColdClubSports.com for all of your headwear needs. The Game is the official headwear sponsor of Cold Club Sports. They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com.
If you're in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today.
All right, welcome back to Suite 301. We are joined by Garrett Semek. Garrett, welcome to the set. Glad to have you on. Let's talk a little baseball.
Yeah, happy to.
So let's just dive right into it. Let's not even mess around. You know,
Just go
let's
straight
just
at
get
it.
right into it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about the spring season coming
Yep.
up. You know, we got a little bit of a preview by chance.
Yeah, so season just kicked off. What was it? 2 weekends ago. So everybody's now playing games. Before we had to wait 2 weeks for the fall teams to play again, but now everyone's playing. We're good to go, full swing. Say most of the leagues playing games. Still, the Oregon, Northern Michigan guys, they can't get on the field yet, so they're still waiting to get out there and get after it. But things are looking good. Teams are getting ready to play. Lots of games already being played, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's good. Like you said, those northern teams, man. Our hearts are out there with you.
So I was talking to a Northern Michigan guy today. He said, "Yeah, we have 6 feet of snow on our field right now. We're supposed to get more coming." It's like,
at
God
least
bless,
it's
buddy.
February. We're in
Yeah.
mid-February. The
Yeah,
horizon
it's-
isn't quite envisioned yet, but we know it's coming.
It's coming.
Exactly.
Like
It's
we're
on the way.
close. We're close. So our hearts go out to you guys in the Northwest and the northern part of the country. So, let's move into the rankings, the polls.
yeah. So we'll start with D1. Let me actually make sure I have the right one. Yeah, there we go. So these came out last week. We'll have another one coming out on Thursday. But we've got ECU right now leading the pack. They're at 2-3 right now. They just got swept by Brunswick Community College this past weekend. But tough opponent they always play. Penn State, reigning national champion, number 2 at 3-0. GCU, Grand Canyon, 2-0 at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
University of Oregon's at number 4. They're 0-0. Can't play baseball up there yet.
Right.
Florida State started out real hot, 6-0. Ohio State at 6. Iowa State at 7. Maryland at 8. UCF at 9. And Wisconsin at 10, rounding at the top 10 for D1.
Oh, it's pretty impressive. Top 10. A lot of faces that were in the World Series
Lots of-
last year.
A couple teams that would kind of keep an eye out for. Florida, 8-1. They were unranked. So there's a good shot they jump up. Another one is Florida Gulf Coast, who just took 2 out of 3 from UCF, and they play Florida this weekend.
Wow.
So they have a team that could kind of make a big splash this weekend and make a name for themselves.
Yeah. Wow. Florida Gulf Coast out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jeez. So that's good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast. Good job.
Yeah, props to them.
We like to see new teams emerge, and that's an exciting start to the spring season. So.
Yeah, so great for them. For D2, Ohio State's leading the pack. They're 6-0. Pitt State's 3-3. SUNY Buffalo 10-1. Metro State 5-0. Cal U 5-2. Temple 6-0. Penn State hasn't played yet. New Hampshire is 9-1. Siena 6-3, and Adrian College is 6-1.
So Ohio State jumped Pitt State
Correct.
for the number 1 ranking, and that was last week.
Yeah, that came out last week.
Okay.
Pitt State actually dropped 2 out of 3 to Oklahoma State this past week.
Oh wow, Oklahoma
So-
State coming up.
Yeah,
Firing on all cylinders.
making a big name for themselves.
Well,
And
that's exciting stuff out of the D2 frame.
yeah, the two big things. University of New Hampshire, Adrian College, 2 D3 teams last year, kind of ran through D3, and they're quickly in the top 10. So
Goes to show, whatever you can't sleep on anyone in Division 3. I
No.
think at the end of the day, it balances out at some point.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if you're in if you're in D3, you can compete with some of the best D1 teams. Just because, it does. At the end of the day, it all factors out.
yeah. You're a new
and-
team. You come in, get your feet wet, and just
and
roll
go.
with it.
Yeah, so that's good stuff to see from those guys. What about D3? Do we have a top 10 for D3?
D3 does not have a top 10 yet. We're hoping that if we can continue increasing numbers, we'll have one possibly next year.
Okay, well that's great. Let's keep getting the numbers up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to see a top 10 for D3. I think that I think a lot of teams use it as a motivational
Correct.
key. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, I think that that would be exciting to have incorporated in the D3. So, well, that's interesting. So the next D1 ballot comes out
Thursday.
This Thursday.
Correct.
So
D2 will be the following.
the following week. Okay, so that's the routine it's on. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, what about upcoming matchups? Do we have any big games this weekend?
So like I said, I've got Florida Gulf Coast in Florida. That's a big matchup this weekend. Then we have Pitt State playing D1 Iowa. So that's a nice, interesting kind of something to look forward to that you don't usually get to see that often.
Yeah.
And then for next week, actually, just something to look ahead to is Michigan State, who's in the top 20, will be playing ECU.
Oh.
So Michigan State always makes their trip down south for spring break, and they're going to go face off against the national champion runner-ups and see what they do.
Wow. So that's part of their trip down south.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's dive into the spring training a little bit since you brought it up.
Perfect
So
timing.
we're a week away.
Yeah.
You got you and Alec Veroff going out.
Yeah,
to,
we leave
Florida.
next Wednesday to head down.
Wow.
Getting
it's
excited
time.
for it. Yeah.
It's finally
Not
here. It's
pushing,
probably
yeah.
one of the more exciting weeks for the teams that go down, as well as the staff that's down there.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to go down last year. It's a great time. It's baseball all day, and a lot of those teams that are down there, you know, it's arguably the highlight of their year.
Yeah.
So now it's time. We're here. We're at the end of February. It's just great.
We're here.
Yeah, we're almost out of the winter of this, so that's great. Any new updates with the Tampa spring training?
No, we're just excited to get back. It'll be our 14th year down in Tampa. Looking forward to Press Box, Hooters, Dukes, all of our sponsors. They do a great job. We have our team nights once a week down there. We're really looking forward to it, and lots of big matchups down there as well.
Schedules are made.
They're out to the
registered.
teams. Yeah, they're good to go, and we're just now at the point of waiting to go play baseball.
Great. What about the West Coast?
The West Coast, as we have Mesquite, which is March 7th through the 9th. You'll be the one going out there. Looking forward to it. You get 12 teams out there. One of the matchups to kind of highlight for that we didn't get to touch on is Oregon versus UC Santa Barbara. These were two top 5 teams last year, and they're both in the top 10 this year. So that's going to be a great game, always is. So looking forward to that. And then we also have Henderson, which is March 16th to the 23rd. There'll be 6 teams in that, and it's amazing how much the West has grown. We went from having 4 teams last year to we have 18 this year.
Right.
So it's jam-packed. We actually tell a couple teams, no, sorry, we're full. We can't take any but more, and hopefully next year we can grow even more. So.
Yeah, that's great. You'll be out in Henderson running that yourself.
I'll be out there for the week.
You mentioned myself, Sandy Sanderson will also be out in Mesquite running that tournament. We're excited to go out there. So that's all coming up, in the next less than a month. That's 2 weeks, 2 weeks away.
You've got 2 weeks until you leave.
Yeah.
And then Henderson's gets a month, a little under a month. So.
Great. Baseball's here. We're excited.
Full swing.
So that's good stuff. Now, jumping back, we were just talking about D3. What's on the front with the D3 World Series?
D3 World Series, we officially signed on to go to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We'll be playing at Sargent Stadium at the Point.
Oh, great.
So, we're looking forward to it. The town's extremely excited for it. They're fully backing it. They've already gotten their press releases out. So it's going to be a great event, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to play there in my collegiate career, and it is one of the more unique baseball fields you'll ever play at. It's a mixture of a mini Fenway Park. They have, a big green wall. It's not necessarily, stories high, but it does have a net above it that you have to hit over the net to get a home run. But it's probably 250 feet away.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's dimensions of Fenway. You got a deep center field. It's probably like 480 feet. It takes quite the poke to get out there, and then you almost have what's it, the pesky pole? Or
it's the pesky pole. Just a deep rounded area.
It's once again probably 200 feet from home plate, but it's at an angle.
So if you can wrap it, you can hit a 200-foot home run.
Right, a normal foul ball that'd be 50, 60 feet foul is a home run at that field. It's a great facility. I'm very excited that you guys are going there. I mean, I've had nothing but great memories there.
We're looking forward to it.
It's good there. So that's fantastic news. We covered, basically the majority of what's new now. Is there any general housekeeping items we need to cover?
Just keep getting your academic letters in. keep pushing that, get those into us because we need them before your first game, or else you're going to have to forfeit those games. We've seen that numerous times already throughout the league that can't get that academic letter in, it results in 3 forfeits.
Yeah.
So I would say stress that, get that, keep adding people to your roster, keep scheduling non-conference games, and just play baseball.
Yeah. Especially get it done before. If you're going to spring training,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, like you're going to want to get that done.
Yeah, you don't, because that's a lot different because you're not on campus.
Right.
So just, guys, it's never too early to get it done.
Right. So. Well, cool. That's you know, your stereotypical general housekeeping stuff that we always harass you guys about. We hope that eventually it'll catch on.
Yeah.
So that's good. What else? Anything new sponsor-wise? Do we have?
Yes. So we just reopened the New Balance store for both baseball and softball. So if anyone's interested in buying New Balance cleats, turfs, molded cleats, or even if you want like lifestyle shoes for both softball and baseball, and I mean, even if basketball guys want lifestyle type shoes, you can hit the New Balance store. It's all over social media. You can email me directly. I can help you out with it and kind of give you the link to it. But yeah, that's open until March 18th. You guys get 25% discounts off all shoes. So you guys can just go nuts, buy as many shoes as you want for your team, yourselves, and go from there.
Cool. All right. Well, Garrett, I think that covers everything baseball related, unless if we're forgetting something, which we probably are. But I think that we covered. I mean, you know, it's going to pick up here.
Oh, yeah.
I think the March edition of Sweep 301 will be able to have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, you'll have more polls, more games being played, kind of really recapping how the season's going.
Right. So, just like the season, you know, we're getting started with baseball talk, and you know, this February edition will keep it short.
Yes.
So that's fine. All right, Garrett. Well, thanks for joining us. When we come back, we will have Savannah Aarons on the phone to talk about softball. So stay tuned.
Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any products that Rawlings has to offer, contact us today. Rawlings, the finest in the field. Rawlings is proud to be partnered with Call Club Sports. If your team is in need of any
Check out
products,
their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field boonies, beanies, and visors. Contact Felicia Battaglia at ColeClubSports.com for all of your headwear needs. The Game is the official headwear sponsor of Cole Club Sports. They offer an early order discount to all of our leagues on top of their already low prices. Go to thegameheadwear.com and check out their wide selection of on-the-field hats, off-the-field boonies, beanies, and visors. Contact Felicia Battaglia at ColeClubSports.com for all of your headwear needs.
All right, welcome back to Suite 301. We're ready to talk about a little NCSA softball action. We got Savannah Aarons on the line. Savannah, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're excited that you're on board. It's Flannel February, by the way, in the office on this edition, so we're all in flannels. We hope that you have one on as well, to stay in the mood of the winter almost ending. So, glad to have you on.
Colorado State flannel on, yeah.
Good. That's great. So we got a list of stuff here we want to talk about, we want to address on the softball side of things. The first thing is polls. Any new updates with the top 20 polls?
Not a whole lot updated for the February poll, as we haven't had too many games yet. We've only had 3 weeks. When this poll came out, only 3 weeks had been played, and that's basically the teams in Florida and California that are being able to play that early, you know, end of January into early February. So, but definitely those teams are already making some statements. Florida State are in this top 20, and rightfully so. They, you know, they've already shown that they belong there in these first few weeks of the spring season. And then we have Illinois with 13 first-place votes. They're still hanging on up there, nice and tight. We'll see how the spring pans out for them, and if they qualify for the postseason, like everybody is assuming that they will. So interested to see how that's going to go. And then you've got a team like NC State, who's got some big series coming up. They jumped up a few spots They're actually number one in that South Atlantic East Conference. It's a very competitive conference, so we're really interested to see how that pans out. Only other, Michigan was the only school to drop out of the top 20, so I expect to see lots of changes come this time next month, for sure.
Right. A lot of familiar faces, right? In the current top 20.
Definitely. Yeah, big powerhouses, which rightfully so, like those teams deserve votes 100%. So I love a good underdog story, so I'd love to see a couple more teams jump up into there. That would be great. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same across the board with baseball and softball. Those Northwest teams, those Northern teams, I mean, it's really tough to get games in, to say the least. But luckily we can see the horizon, and hopefully this winter is coming to a wrap, so you guys can start getting games in.
Right.
Is there any particular upcoming matchups early on that you have circled on your calendar that you think are going to be great?
This coming weekend, we've got quite a few that I'm super interested in, pending weather, if it's gonna, if they actually happen. We've got Gonzaga at Oregon, so that will be the first ever conference series for that Pacific North Conference. We're really excited to see that kick off. I think that's going to be a great matchup, and these two teams are going to be able to set the tone for that brand new conference. We've never seen any of these teams before. There's 5 teams in that conference, so that's kicking off this coming weekend, pending weather. Hopefully it goes great. And then we've got some of those South Atlantic East teams playing, like I was saying. The top 3 teams in that conference are playing this weekend. NC State, ECU, and UNC are all playing. So we're really looking forward to seeing if that has any shakeups. ECU facing off against UNC, always a good matchup between those two teams. And then we have USC and Grand Canyon facing off this weekend as well. That may very well determine which one of those teams qualifies for postseason. So I'm excited. Lots on the horizon going on this weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates so that we can actually have some good softball this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a way to start out the spring. I mean, that lineup is really impressive of teams playing this weekend. And I agree 100% with the new conference starting up. I mean, that's you don't know. Like, everyone has the same, like, it's going to be a dogfight. Like, I think it's awesome. Something we don't see often. So that's great stuff. Yeah, hopefully the weather holds up. So let's talk a little bit about postseason. Any new changes, any updates relating to the softball postseason?
Well, last time we talked about how it had been extended to 4 days now, so it'll be a Thursday through Sunday tournament versus a Friday through Sunday. We talked about how that's going to create all these other opportunities for teams. It's just going to make the competition better. The teams are going to be less tired. The softball is going to be better. Everybody's going to have a better experience. Let me just see the city of Columbus. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody involved. We recently released the new World Series logo. That's out. Excited about that. Just been going through the approval processes for things like that. The national championship hat and a banner and all this weird stuff that can win.
Right. Yeah, that World Series logo is pretty sweet. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you guys go on the website. It's out now. It's probably posted everywhere, but it's pretty cool. And is that going to be featured on a lot of the merchandise, or is that?
Oh yeah, this year actually we are planning on doing the first ever World Series souvenir hats. Where in the past we've done just the standard NCSA logo, but this year we're actually going to have that World Series logo on hats available for purchase for everybody. So
Sweet.
Excited to see that and have that opportunity for parents and fans and players to be able to purchase those as well.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Really cool
I'm sure that'll be a top seller. I love all that merchandise, especially with the actual logo itself. It's more of a it's a memorable thing to get rather than just getting the NCSA logo and whatever sport logo.
I know. Playing in a World Series, like I only got a T-shirt, and now I wish I had more.
Right.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago, but
Yeah,
I
stuff that
look back on it, and it was an amazing experience, and I wish I had more from it. So I definitely want to try to provide that for everybody.
For sure. Let's see, what else do we got? What else? any?
housekeeping stuff, right?
Yeah,
Just
just
talking about with baseball, just stuff we nag you about constantly. Definitely, guys, check out the New Balance site. You can get a great deal on anything, like Garrett was saying, cleats, skirts, athletic shoes, anything. You guys go on there, check it out, see what you can get. I know a couple of our regional directors have gotten turfs there before. We like to use those for when we, staff the World Series events. It's a great pair of shoes.
Right.
And the roster removal period is coming up for softball. That's going to be February 21st through the 28th. I have already received some documentation from some teams for that roster removal. This is a great way to open up some spots on your roster. If you are at that 25-player roster limit or almost at it and you've got some players that you can remove, I would suggest removing those to open up some spots for your new players this spring. But you can only do that in this roster removal period of the 21st to the 28th. So please make sure you get that documentation in ASAP.
Sounds
Got
good.
it. Nice. I don't know if we have anything else for you, Sav. I mean, it's just February. We got to get through this month.
Right?
We got to get through February. We're halfway through. Any teams? We have more softball teams going to spring training this year than years past, correct? I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so,
it's going to be super competitive. It's going to be 2 even weekends. I'm really excited to see that. It might, the spring training, we're talking about teams that are, like you said, up from the Northeast. They're coming down to be able to get some games in.
Right.
It's going to be super competitive. I'm excited to see. So.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the
I
move.
can't get here quick enough.
Yeah, we're almost, Sav. We're almost there, and with the slate of games that you have coming up this weekend, let's just pray that we can get 2 days of good weather.
Exactly.
So, all right, Sav. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your input on everything softball, and we hope that we didn't annoy you as much today, and that you enjoy being on.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Sav.
Take care, Sav.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya. All right, that's Savannah Aarons. Does a great job always. As always, can't speak enough of her.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's it, guys. I think we covered everything, and I think we did it at a pretty good rate.
Yep.
The main theme of this show was let's hope weather cooperates, and basketball season is upon us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a good edition, good February episode of Sweet 301. That's all we got for you this month. Thank you for tuning in. As always, don't forget to follow our Facebook, Twitter. Go check out the YouTube page. If you don't know where it's at, just Google it. It'll pop up. Next episode is Tuesday, March
19th at
March
3:01.
19th, 3:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully it's a sunny day, 65 degrees. Hopefully. It's going to be right here on the Facebook Live page. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our new setup. We're coming at you a little differently this episode. We got some new technological advancements with the Sweet 301 podcast. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. There'll be more to come. And join us March 19th, 3:01 p.m. to stay up to date with everything Call Club Sports.
Yeah. Remember, it's a game.
It's a game. Have fun.